Hey, John here, aka React Fan 31. Thank you for those of you who are following me on TikTok and subscribe to me on YouTube. If you are not, then please feel free to. I'm going to be doing a lot of skit TikToks, transition TikToks, playing a lot of games, reacting to other videos, doing blind reactions. So feel free to check out my content because my goal is to get to at least 1,000 followers. I don't need millions. I would just like to be able to have the opportunity to go live so I can be able to interact with all of you on TikTok and be part of that community. So I would greatly appreciate that. I know I already did another React review earlier, so I'm going to be doing another one that I felt deserved its own React review, and this is the Reactor versus producer Try Not to Eat Prize and Punishment Roulette, which I thought was a really cool concept. Like, this was really awesome. It's episodes like this that make me really want to, get going with moving to LA, finding a job, getting a place there, and making my chances of being on React greater. So, and being on TikTok and being on YouTube and being able to go live, that really does help a lot too. So, thank you for those of you who do follow me, and if you don't follow me, then please feel free to. I'm just here, showing who I am and being creative at the same time. So I'm gonna get on with the review. First of all, I'm gonna point out that all the pairings here were amazing as well. Like Sharon is so hilarious, and her being paired with producer Nicole is great. And Brian and Ash, they have a great chemistry. And Chef Ash is such an amazing cook. She makes such great dishes. And also, to shed a light on one of my favorite pairings is Jair and Joe. They were so hilarious together. And producer Joe Beretta, he is so funny. I love Joe. Like, he has become my top favorite producer on there. I love it. So I'm gonna get on with what was on the show. The first one that they did was the Try Not to Eat Avatar, where they had the cheesecakes that were air cakes, which they looked really good. And the punishment that they had was the onion banana juice, which didn't seem that bad, but it probably did taste bad. I mean, I have no problem with onions, I have no problem with bananas, but like mixed together, who you never know. And also for this review, I'm not going to reveal who got what because I want you guys to be able to see the video and see for yourself who got what. I'm just going to point out my opinion on the foods in it. That's pretty much all I'm going to do. The second one was the DreamWorks episode, and the prize was the Shrek cake, which that looked really good. I would have loved to have gotten that. And the punishment for that was the baby vomit from Boss Baby. And that didn't look as bad, but it still did not look appetizing at all. So that would have been really hard. The third one was Regular Show, which I love that show. I love that episode of Try Not to Eat, and I love Regular Show. The prize was steak and eggs, which they looked good, even though I'm not really a fan of eggs, so I would have just set the eggs aside or something. And then the punishment was the hot wings, which I don't really do well with spice, so I don't know how I would have done with that. And I felt bad for, those who had to do the, spicy wings in that one. The fourth one they did was the Try Not to Eat Dragon Ball prize and punishment. The prize for that one was Goku's Feast, which had dumplings and a turkey leg, I believe. And that looked really good too. I would have been up for trying that because I've never had most of that stuff before. I mean, I've had turkey. I've never had like a turkey leg. I've never really had dumplings before. And the wasabi takoyaki was the punishment. And again, I don't really do well with spice, so that would have been really hard for me. The fifth one they did was South Park, which I love South Park. That would have been a Try Not to Eat that I would have loved to be a part of. And yeah, in that episode, Jackson did seem really grossed out by what the punishment was, which was the Yelper Special Eclair, which had boogers and other items that I'm not gonna say. But yeah, that didn't look good at all. But the prize for that was the Casa Bonita fajitas, which those looked really good. I'm really a huge fan of like tacos and taco salad and stuff like that. The sixth one they did was the Try Not to Eat Nickelodeon, which that one was like my favorite. That was the one I would have wanted to be in the most out of the ones in this episode. Um, and yeah, it's my top 10 Try Not to Eat, which out at some point, if you are watching this, I will do a top 10 of favorite episodes with like certain reactors, Try Not to Eats, um, top 10 of each month, which I might do one for March. And in the Try Not to Eat, I was so happy for Jamie when she won. That was really cool that she won that. The prize for that was the Good Burger, which as a Nick fan I would have loved to have that. And then the punishment was dog biscuits from Rugrats. And as a huge fan of Rugrats, I would have been, you know, down for trying it. I wouldn't have been happy about it, but I mean, if it's for Rugrats, I'll do it. And the last one was Family Guy, which the prize was the Pawtucket Patriot Ale beer, which I'm not really a big drinker of beer, but it would have been better than the punishment, which was Stewie's Dirty Diaper, which was did not seem good. Like, ugh, it was gross. And during the clip, Brian was actually gagging at the clip. I felt bad for Brian because he had to do that as a punishment for that episode. But overall, I loved Jair and Joe's energy together. Joe's just so funny. Like, the reactors are so lucky to have like to work with him. And as I say in the comments for them all the time, they're so lucky to have this experience. It would be so cool to be on that show. I love Sharon and Nicole's friendship. Ash and Brian, they have good React chemistry together. And this was just the best episode so far. So be sure to check it out. So that's it for me today or tonight, whenever you're watching this.